And welcome to episode number 130 of What Does This Button Do? It's an educational show about smartphones and tablets with us, Geeks on Tour. Our beginner's lesson today will be about Allo, and we have a special guest for that, the smart messaging app from Google. But first, Chris has a quick tip. Take it away, Chris.
Yep. The quick tip today is about magnifying your screen. I don't know about you, but I can't manage without my glasses anymore. But there was a time when I just needed reading glasses. I needed a little bit of help. These I have to wear all the time. But if you're still at that point of needing reading glasses and you don't have them with you and you can't see your calendar, this is a cool little tip.
And if you can't find your glasses, the first place to look, on your forehead.
All right, so magnifying your screen. This is one of the accessibility. So it is for, if you have vision problems, you can use the accessibility feature. It's called either zoom or magnification. First, you have to have the feature turned on in your settings. On an iPhone, it's under General, Accessibility, and turn Zoom on. On the Android, it's also in Settings, Accessibility, and it might be in a vision category, and it's called Magnification Gestures on. Then the way you use it, this is a real brain tease here if you have to go back and forth between Apple and Android, because on the Apple, you take 3 fingers and double tap to turn the zoom on and off, whereas on the Android, it's 3 taps with 1 finger. And on the Apple, you can drag 3 fingers to move around. You can also double tap and drag to change the zoom level. Or on the Android, you can drag 2 fingers to move around and pinch and zoom to change the zoom level. So let me show you how. I'm going to start with the iPhone, and I'm pretty sure I already have it turned on. Now, you know that in some places you don't need this. So if you are in your mail and you open a mail, okay, now that one it doesn't. It's so weird. Sometimes, there we go. Yeah, if you're all the way down in your email on Gmail on the iPhone, you can just pinch and zoom to expand. But for example, on the calendar, there's no way. So if I cannot read that and I just want it magnified, I can't do a zoom. But I think I have the setting already turned on. And what was it? It was 3 fingers, double tap, right? Double tap with 3 fingers, and it zoomed. And now it's 3 fingers to move it around to where you can see it. And it's 3 fingers, double tap to turn it off. So I just think that is really handy. So let me show you where the setting is. Settings, General, and Accessibility, and Zoom. So notice I have it on, and it tells me double tap 3 fingers to zoom, drag 3 fingers to move around, and double tap 3 fingers and drag to change zoom. Let me show you what that means. So if I double tap and then drag, and then I can drag the 3 fingers up and down and let go. So that's just kind of a temporary. So as long as that's on, then anywhere, so even these icons, you say, I can't find, I know it's right here somewhere, but I don't know which one it is. Double tap with 3 fingers, and it zooms. And once you're zoomed in, you can, okay, it's tricky. And it stays zoomed in, and then remember, it's 3 fingers to drag around. And then I must be all the way. All right. 3 fingers, double tap to go back to normal. 3 fingers, leave your fingers on the screen, and you can zoom bigger and smaller.
That'll take some practice.
It does. Now, on an Android, it was 3 taps with 1 finger. And then it's 2 fingers to move around. Now realize if you only have one or the other, and you need to use this fairly often, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it, no problem. And then, what was it? 1 finger, triple tap to go back. And that setting was under settings and accessibility. There's lots more under accessibility too. I mean, if you have a hard time seeing or hearing your phone, take a look at the options under accessibility. And here it's called magnification gesture, and you can turn it on or you can turn it off. But as long as it's on, you can do that. And it gives you instructions. Quickly tap the screen 3 times with 1 finger, drag 2 or more fingers to scroll, pinch 2 or more fingers together and apart to adjust. Oh, that's what it was. That pinch and zoom was on the Android, not on the iPhone. There we go. There. Get it really big.
I can read that.
And triple. All right. So that's my tip for this week.
Excellent.
Using magnification.
Okay. Great. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim, together with my wife here, Chris. We're Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your Android phone or your iPad tablet? And how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we are geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is on a regular basis with little bite-sized pieces. So we came up with this weekly show, and we pick a topic each week. And once in a while, we bring in a guest to help us. So that's what's happening today.
Cool. So, Chris, where are we now?
We're at home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And Michael Daniels is joining us from Greenville, South Carolina. Through the magic of YouTube Live, we can get together and present a joint seminar.
Cool. So on today's show, we have Allo with our guest, Michael Daniels. He'll show us this new it's relatively new, smart messaging app from Google. If you have questions during the live show today, use the YouTube chat window there. I see a few people in there already. And by Wednesday afternoon, this episode will be posted at thebuttonshow.com, and you can leave your comments there. And if you have any questions, you can ask them there too.
All right. So I'm excited to have somebody else teaching today. And Michael is awesome. If you don't know Michael Daniels, I know him because of being a fellow Google top contributor. I'm a top contributor for Google Photos. He's a top contributor for 2 apps, which is Google Allo, what he's going to show today, and Google Hangouts. Now that means that he's answering people's questions from all over the world on the Google support forum. He is one busy guy. He also has a YouTube channel. We invite you to find his YouTube channel. Just look for Michael Daniels on YouTube, and he is active on there. Every Wednesday, he has this H&M show where he gives a lesson kind of like our show. There is a lot to learn, folks. You got to get it from everywhere. Fridays, he does a game show using this technology, and we played it with him last week. It was so much fun. Kind of like Password, just getting together for a party with friends on Friday night.
Yep.
And then probably every day, he does a little bit of teaching with his own private community. And at the end of the show, we'll give you a link if you're interested in joining his private community and learning about all things Google. Then we are so happy to have this busy guy with us today. We've made him make some time out of his Sunday. And so, Michael.
Hey, hey, everybody. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It was so funny when let me just clarify one thing. It's not every Wednesday and it's not every Friday.
Okay.
It's pretty much whenever I feel like it.
I wish. I like that.
Yeah, that way, I'm not getting paid sponsors. I don't have it's not a TV, where I have a commitment, all that kind of stuff. So I just kind of do it whenever I want to. So I wanted to just clarify that. So sometimes people are looking like, hey, I thought you had a show or whatever. But if you go to my community and not on my community, on my YouTube channel, you can always subscribe. And when you subscribe, you can get notifications of when I actually have the event. So I just wanted to make sure that I was clear on that.
Okay.
But anyway, no, and we did have a fun. Thank you so much for coming on the show the other day. That was a blast. We did have a lot of fun with you guys. So anybody can go back to my channel and go back and see that. I have actually a playlist on my YouTube channel that has all the games and everybody that's been in them, and you guys are the last one. So thank you for that. Okay. We ready to get right at it?
Yeah, get to it.
Well, let's do it. We're talking today about a really fun thing that I absolutely love, and that is Google Allo. I have grown to love this app. I know it's another text app. Everybody always says this, and that's the big question: why another text app? So, here's some things that I'm going to throw at you and give you some reasons why I think it is hugely a benefit over maybe say other ones. Probably the biggest reason that I can give is the usefulness of Google Assistant. Google Assistant built right into it, and I have Google Home devices. I also have Google Minis and all this kind of stuff, and those all have Assistant built in as well. So Allo just fits right in with it. So I just love that part of it. Next is it's fun. And then third, it's a productive tool at like adding files to. We use it at work a lot of times just to share files quickly. It's very simple and easy to do that. And then adding images quickly. We can add images. Let's say we're taking a picture, and like I told them in the pre-show before we got live, I told them that I work in construction. So there's a lot of times we take pictures of our floors that we're doing and things like that, so we can give those examples to people. So that's one thing that we do with that in our right in Allo. We can pop it up, boom, take a picture and send it to each other, and you make quick notes about it. We can draw on it, things like that. A lot of things you can do right in the app. Quick voice chats. If you're sitting at a red light, I'm not saying driving while texting, but you can send a quick message via voice. So that's a nice thing to be able to do quickly. You can do that and say, hey, look, I'm on my way home. And it uses your voice to do that. Really nice.
Yeah. Now you're not talking about a live phone call. You're talking about a recorded voice message. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. And yeah, just clarify anything that, because I run through this very quickly. So that's good.
Oh, I'm good at interrupting. Ask
No, that's good though. No, that's important because a lot of people, how you receive it is really important too. So yeah, so that is, yes, a voice recorded message. And it's almost like a walkie-talkie. That's what I think of. I think I told you that when we were going over this in the pre-show also. Quick map locations. We've actually used this like when you have a flat tire. This was something one of our guys in one of our vehicles with work had a flat tire who's able to give us maps so we could go locate him and help him out and that kind of thing.
That never happens to RVers.
Right. Okay, I sense a little bit of sarcasm there, just a little bit. And then use this as your SMS messenger. Other folks will get text, just not the feature-rich without Allo. So that's something that Chris actually taught me, and I learned a little bit about. We could actually have a conversation through their SMS because it does go through their phone, so it shows up for them even if they don't have the Allo app. So that was excellent. See, I learn something all the time too. That's one thing that's nice about this is as long to be a good teacher, you have to be a good learner, and that's what I feel like I do that. So, and then overall recap, many of the features are offered in other apps. It's so true, but the assistant is the biggest reason to switch, in my opinion. Now let's get right into it. Let's talk about it. You got desktop and mobile. Let's have a look at how on desktop and mobile. Let's get right into it. On desktop, this is what the desktop looks like over on the right-hand side. So this desktop version looks really the same for the most part. But how do we get there? So let's go through. This is the process that you would take. Up in the top, there's a hamburger menu. It's the 3 lines. They call that the hamburger menu because it looks like a little hamburger with the 2 buns and meat in the middle or whatever. So, but that's like a lot of times that's settings or all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff inside there, and that's what I'm looking at next. You get the QR code. You set up a QR code, take a picture in there, and then you get this Allo message saying that it wants to add your contacts and everything. Then once you're there, the desktop, that's what it looks like. Comes out, and that's what the desktop looks like.
Okay, desktop on a computer though isn't the native way that Allo works, right?
That's correct. And yeah, as far as desktop goes, you have to have your phone nearby right now because it only works with telephone numbers. So it works through your browser window, and yes, you have to have your phone nearby. So yes, that's right. That's exactly right.
I mean, Allo started out just as a mobile app, and
correct.
The web app has come later. The web functionality.
Yep, exactly.
But it does work. Works fine as long as you have the phone.
That's right. Yeah, and it lets you know too. Hey, your phone's not nearby. We're not letting you go. So. So mobile, how do you get it? Well, you go to the Play Store, which is the image on the left-hand side, and you can see that Google Allo, I already have it installed, so that's why it says open, and I can uninstall it. But that's what it looks like when you're there. It's a Google product, so you can see that. And then once you have it, you can see it on my main screen. You can see right there the Allo button, what it looks like. And then Start Chat. This is what it looks like once you open the app and you have a Start Chat button. When you hit Start Chat, you can find someone. Here's the really cool thing right here. You can enter in a name or a number, and it's looking for that in your contacts. And then you have a group chat. You can start a group chat with more than one people, more than one person, I should say, and then talk to your assistant. You can see right there it says Google Assistant. I'm gonna kind of move my little cursor around there. The Google Assistant right there. That actually lets you talk to your assistant. So you can have a conversation with your assistant.
Now that is really interesting.
It is.
With your robot, basically.
It is. And it's like a conversation that you're having too. It's interactive. It's really interesting when you do it.
And the most fun presentation at the Google conference that we were at a couple of weeks ago, to me, was the assistant personality group. There's a whole group at Google charged with giving the assistant a personality. So you really can chat with her.
I know, it's incredible. It's really neat, the fun stuff that we learn, and how some of this behind the scenes things work. And then the last thing is find a contact. If you allowed using your contacts, it actually lets you scroll through your contacts and pick somebody that way too. And then, in conversation. So this is in the app. This is once you get it going. You can see bubbles for you versus others, okay? Like, for example, my conversation is in the blue, and it's always in the blue. And then whoever else is talking, and even if it's multiple people, they have another color, but it's the same color for all of them. So you can know if it's you or the other person's talking. You can heart. You can see the little heart there. That it's kind of like a like, that you like that particular comment. Then you can add fun stickers, like we had the fun stickers there. Auto responses. Now these are really amazing because they actually start to learn some of the phrases that you use all the time. So it starts giving you choices of what to pick. And that's kind of neat. I mean, it's just a quick response. You can click it and boom, it goes.
I do love those. Yeah,
it is. It makes a difference. And one thing, I didn't really go over this before, but if you see the check marks on the side, you can see like a single check mark means that I sent it. A double check mark means that they actually got it.
Oh, yeah, so, I like that. I wondered what those check marks meant.
Yep, a check marks. And if it's gray, it means it hasn't got to the Google server yet. But if it's a check mark and it's blue, then that means it got there. And then the double check mark means that they actually opened it up and received it and saw it. Whether they read it or not, I can't guarantee that.
Right. Now, one thing that I've noticed, I think is different, you can actually delete a chat after you've sent it, one line. If I delete it can I delete it before they read it and they won't see it?
That's a good question. I think that once you... we can try it in a little bit. I think once you send it, they have to, and we sort of tested this when we tried to delete something. It didn't come off right away. I don't know if it ever did, but I don't know the exact answer on that, but I've been actually trying to figure that out on my own to find out. But I'll be honest with you. I don't always know all the answers. Okay. I didn't write.
It's not like it changes ever.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so choices here down in the bottom menu. Let me just show you real quick. I'm gonna go back a slide so you can see. Down in the bottom here, there's all kinds of stuff where you say something, all that kind of stuff, and that's what we're looking at next. So let me go back to this screen. And this screen, right here. Let me try and get to it. There we go. Okay, so you can, the first icon that you see right here is a camera. It has a little camera. You can actually take a photo, and it lets you choose the front camera or the back camera from your phone. And then on the next one is add a photo. This is a photo that's already taken in your Google Drive or wherever, and you can search and grab that, or on your device, I believe, as well. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Again, we can try that if we need to, if you want to spend time on that. The next thing is the little square with the funny, the smiley face on it. These are stickers. That's how I put that LOL that was up there. That's a lot of fun. You can have a lot of fun with some stickers. It's really interesting. And then real popular with text messaging now is the GIFs, or GIFs, excuse me, GIFs. I said it right beforehand. I got it wrong this time. I know. So they are, and so that's a lot of fun. What's kind of interesting there is you can type in, like I think we did it the other day. I typed the word coffee in, and it gave you just GIFs of coffee, and you could choose and pick the one you wanted to send. So that's kind of neat that you can do that. Stickers will do the same thing. You can put a word in and it'll give you that. So it's fun. Makes it interesting. Instead of just a boring old text, you can send some interesting and fun stuff too. Map your location is the next icon, and map your location is great. Like I said, if I wanted to give my location where I am at that particular moment, if I'm stuck somewhere, I can give that. Or if you're meeting somewhere and you want to meet up together to ride together, you can stop at some place and say, here, I'm at this location. Send in a file. Yeah. No, absolutely. And send a file is the next thing. You have the next icon, so you can send a PDF file. We do this all the time. If we have like a proposal that we've written and we want to send it real quick, we can send that kind of thing so they, others can see it. And then right there is call up your assistant. The last icon is call up your assistant. So that's awesome to be able to get going. And the last slide is thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay,
I just wanted to
go back.
All right, I can do that.
Yeah, go back to that last one. When you're using Allo, it's not, I mean, we call it a texting, but it's not really texting, is it? I mean, on my Verizon bill, I have 3 lines, one for voice, one for text messages, and one for data. Which one is Allo using?
Yeah, great point. It is using your data, and that's an excellent point, because it uses your data, but it will use your Wi-Fi if you're on Wi-Fi. So that'll help you as far as not getting that charge, the usage charge that you normally get. So if you can use Wi-Fi, that is a good thing.
And now if you send, I mean, you can use it, which is because we practiced with this. You can use it to just send to a phone number who is not on your list and who doesn't have Allo.
That is correct.
That does send them a text, an SMS text message. I wonder if that's using your SMS text messaging.
I think it uses theirs.
It uses theirs, yeah.
Certainly.
But I might still be using data on.
Well,
on the text part, yeah, I don't know how it would distinguish between the two, but you're absolutely right. And I don't know that they offer that information, even if you looked it up. They
want everybody to have Allo.
Yeah, exactly. So, those are great questions and great points. And again, I'm trying to find out some of these answers because you and I went through this and tested this stuff. So I'm trying to find out some of those answers on my own as well. So,
well, we'll keep going on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, thank you. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. No. Okay. So shall we do it?
Well, there are a couple of or at least a couple of things I'd like to. Bill asked, "Do GIFs use quite a bit of data?" Question.
That's a great question. I would have to say it's no different from when you send a GIF in a text message. If your text messaging app allows that same things, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys correct me if you know this better than I do. MMS versus SMS, which is multimedia sending text. So I think it's the same as far as that. I believe
tiny files, though.
Yeah,
they are. They are not like videos.
No, they're not, and that's why you can't make them full screen.
Pictures, 5 little bitty pictures all at once. They're really small files, so I doubt that it uses much. Not video. Video is what uses the data.
Okay. And
good question, though. Great question.
SD card of the phone, or must it be installed on the phone?
That's interesting. No, I think it has to be installed on the telephone because it uses your phone number. Whereas I don't think your SD card pulls from your phone number, but I'm not positive of that.
It's been
And you may know a little bit before.
It's been our experience generally that when you move an app to the SD card, it still has to have quite a bit left on the phone. So you're really not saving a whole lot of space moving your apps to your SD card, unless it holds a lot of data. The data will be stored on the SD card, but the actual app needs to have quite a bit still on it in order for it to.
Yeah, and it very likely is not allowed to move to the SD card at all.
I didn't look on mine. I'll have to look.
Well, you don't have an SD card, so do you?
Not on this one. You're
right.
Wrong phone.
Well, no, that's a great question. That's one that I'm going to ask too. This is why I do this kind of thing, so I can learn some more about it too, and have some of the questions that come up like this. So that is.
Yeah, I can test that. We have a couple of phones.
Okay,
with
good.
cards.
And I can take a note and see.
But it'll take after the show.
A couple more questions here. How do I add my contacts to Allo?
When you go and you set up Allo, when you hit allow, where it came up, if you remember back on that screen that I showed, and it had allow on there where you could allow your contacts, that's where it automatically pulls from your phone your contacts. It's an automatic process. It's automatic process as soon as you hit allow. And
it's all part of your Google account, right?
It is, yes, absolutely. Whatever contacts you have in your Google account, yes.
And John said,
but remember, it's pulling from a phone number though.
Okay.
Here's the difference. Okay, Google Allo pulls from your phone number, so it's your phone's contacts versus your Google contacts. I want to make sure that we can distinguish between the two of those. Because and unless you guys know something that I don't know, but as far as I know, because it's pulling from your phone number, I'm almost positive that it's from your phone's contacts. Now, my phone contacts are the same as my Google contacts.
Exactly.
Right. With the Google phone,
yes.
That's what.
Yes. Yeah. So that's my choice. And that way I can, if I change phones or get a new phone, it just goes right to the next phone because I just keep it the same that way with Android, et cetera. So.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm clear on that, though. I just wanted to make sure that I was super clear because it does tie to a phone number. Go ahead. That
makes sense. Allo will go up against WhatsApp. Is the assistant the only advantage?
It depends. I've never used WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp, so it's not fair to me to make a good review between the two. I would suggest maybe going to YouTube and look and see what the differences are, but I'm going to answer for me in other, because I use Textra, which does a lot of the same stuff that Allo does. But I love having the ability, and you're going to learn and see this when Chris and I do this, to use that assistant. It is so fantastic to bring that as part of your conversation without having to go out, go look something up, bring something back and do all that kind of stuff. It's within the app and more things. One thing we learned the other day too, Chris and I, which I sent on feedback, which I recommend anytime you're in the app, if you have something, send feedback. I tried to send her a contact information based from my contacts in the Allo message. And the only way I could do that is go out of the app and come back. So they're trying to bring more things into, so you don't have to go out into another app. If you want to go, get a YouTube video, you should be able to type it in and the YouTube video shows up right within.
Yeah, Allo and WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, I see as almost equal. The Allo has the assistant. That is the difference. That's the difference for Allo.
So I guess the answer is yes. That's pretty much it. I mean,
now,
it really is.
Both WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger have something that Allo does not, and that's the ability to make a regular phone call and a video chat call. I don't know why Google separates that out into another app called Duo.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
Well, a lot of stuff that Google doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I love it. I love it. That's so true, though.
Okay.
That is so true.
Now there's another question. Direct import of Google Photos into the messages?
Yes, that's the other. It's Google. The other benefit is just it's Google. So it has access to all your other Google stuff.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So Google Drive, Google Photos, if you're already a Google user in a lot of ways and things like that, you do have access immediately to all of those things, which makes that a whole bunch better. And just so you know, you can make a video. If I'm in a message with someone, there's a duo button at the top that I can actually call them.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a duo right at the top. I can immediately make a video call with them. There's a duo thing where I can do a duo call right in there. So
all right.
They did join the two. They did join the two.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Andrew got a kick out of that. Since when does Google ever make sense?
Okay.
But well, yeah, and to me, I'll be honest with you, the photos, I mean, who was that? John Battle made that point about the photos. Yeah. I absolutely love photos. And I know you guys are that's your deal. I mean, that's your baby, you know, as far as top contributor. And I'm going to tell you something, that is a huge deal to me because I use my Google Photos all the time. So to me, it's really important to have all of those photos accessible like that. So
absolutely. And we know where we can learn more about that Google Photos thing.
All right. Well, let's do a little Allo chat here.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I have it installed on my iPhone just to be different. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's me that's supposed to. Okay, there we go. And there is the Allo app. I'll just tap it to open it up. And then we do have an existing chat room or whatever you want with Michael and Jim and me, but I want to show you how we set one up. So it's this button right here, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I tap that to start a chat. And I want to start a group chat. So I want all three of us, Jim, me, and Michael.
Yep.
And name your group. I'll say, what does this button do? What does this button do? 130. All right. And you can choose a group avatar. This is
yeah, this is fun. It is fun.
So what do we feel like today?
Hamburger. I'm hungry. I'm always hungry though.
Okay, it says group chat controls. Turn on to kick out and ban people, edit group name, and do I need that?
It just gives everybody the rights to do those things. If somebody wants to add somebody, they can. If they want to add photos, they can. Or if they want to change the icon, they can, of the 3 people that are in there. If you don't want them to have that ability, then you can change it.
Okay, so if you don't come up just by searching for Michael, I'm sure you're in there somewhere, but I can just type a phone number, right?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, well, let me see. It looks like it's in here by.
No. Nope. You can put.
All right. So what's the phone number? Add Jim to it now. What did I do? Did I miss something?
Yeah, that's okay. If you go back, or you can go up to the top and add somebody. You can go.
What with?
Yeah, the hamburger.
The hamburger.
Yeah, on the hamburger.
Add people.
Add people. There you go.
Now Jim better be in here. There we go. Wrong number though.
Yeah.
How many numbers do you have, Jim?
A few.
There we go. That's the right one. Okay. So we now
as soon as you
saying that
there you go.
Chris added me.
Okay. Well, Jim answered me. And so this is the automatic responses. So I can just tap, hi, how are you? And he gets that. Love that. All right, but I got to get Michael added here. So sorry, tell me the number again.
That's okay. I thought you would have added me to your contacts.
Well, yeah. Oops. Now see, I don't think I tapped the right thing there.
Okay.
I do this just to make people feel better.
I understand.
That I mess up too. 864.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to tap right here.
Add to group, yes.
Where it says add to group.
There you go.
That's what I didn't do.
There we go.
I tapped next.
There we go. Now I got it.
All right. Now Michael we can hear from Michael. There we go.
And you can see that I am actually, it's showing you that I'm actually entering and working on it. And then I can make it large text.
Okay. You made the text large. Let's show how you do that. So hello, everyone. And I can say, well, how about just where are you from? And we're in Fort Lauderdale. And if I want to make that bigger, how do I do that?
Okay, you hold down the arrow, which is the send button, and then you lift it up, and you'll see a bar that comes. There you go, and it makes it larger, or you can make it a lot smaller.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's called what? Shout or whisper, I think is.
I think it is a whisper. Yes. There you go.
Shout.
Okay, so you hold down on the send button and drag up or down, and then when you let go, it sends it.
That's right.
All right.
See, now it shows right there. You can see that I'm replying back.
Yeah, the 3 dots.
It shows you, yeah, the 3 dots that I'm actually working on something, and I'm going to make it real small. So, so for those of you, so now you need to use your Zoom.
My Zoom. There we go.
So you can read what I said.
Right. Oops. So who did something about flights?
That was, I think, when you might have hit the assistant with your finger.
Oh.
And it pulled up.
Because he says he's in Greenville and I said we are in Fort Lauderdale, the assistant kind of thought, well, might you want information about flights?
Isn't that incredible? That is just awesome. I mean, that is just incredible. I mean, that just amazes me that this is built right in.
A little creepy sometimes.
It is. It is. And then you can go place tickets. You can see videos of Fort Lauderdale, pictures of Fort Lauderdale.
Things to do in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. And this is without going out of the conversation.
Yeah. It's all right within the,
So if we know that you're getting down here and we want to go to dinner and I say, oh yeah, this is a good one here, I can tap on it. And you now are getting all this information about the particular restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
And then this is saved. But now maybe you can chime in and say, I don't like that place.
There you go.
I'm not paying attention. What do you want?
There you go.
And if you tap directions, that'll.
I don't like this place.
Why? All right, let's find a GIF. So I'm gonna be sad that you don't like my restaurant. So how about I tap on the little search and type sad.
Mm-hmm.
And pull for GIFs. So now it's searching for animated GIFs for sad. Oh, I like the little guy.
That's awesome.
All right. What else do we want to?
And then to send it, you would hit the send button.
Oh, you're not seeing that yet.
Oh, I see it. I see that, but I'm just saying if you wanted to send the word sad
the word sad. Oh
yeah,
no, I didn't want to hit the word sad.
Right.
You
can do that as well as all I was making a point.
Okay. And everybody in this group chat is getting all of these.
Correct.
I see them on mine. You see them on yours. And there. Well, it's hard to see there. There we go.
All right.
Now on that back arrow there, I believe is how you go back to the text messaging part or the messaging part. Yeah. Or no, I'm sorry. It took you out. Okay.
Yeah. It's still down there.
Oh, it was there. Okay. The other thing you can do too is if you wanted to type happy and then hit the little gift up above, if you just type the word happy.
Okay.
And hit the word GIF.
So I didn't have to do search first.
And I don't know on a iPhone. So we're testing. Yeah, there you go. So there you got hello. See some happy stuff. Big smile.
Oh, I like
dog. Well, hello there. There you go.
Yeah.
See, so they make it kind of quick. You can put in the words that you want to search and then go find the image or the sticker.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have looked for just a sticker instead of a GIF. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. Type what you want to to look for, and then tap what type you want to look for.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. And then so let's say I have a document I need for you guys to see. I don't have the little attachment here, but I do see 3 dots. So I figure if there's a button that I don't see, let's see what the 3 dots gives me.
There it is.
Yeah, location and share file.
See, this is great to see it from the iPhone part because I don't ever get a chance to see that part of it.
Right. That's why I have an iPhone.
I know. I hear you.
Because everybody I know is a Googler. And so share a file, and I can browse. And now these are coming, I think, from my Google Docs, which is another reason why this is good if you're in the Google world. And yeah, there's a document that I'm working on that I would love some help with. Send. So now both Jim and Michael have that document, and they can tap and open it, read through it, and
we actually download it. I think we have it as an option.
You have to download it first.
We have to download it, but once we download it, then we can open it.
All right.
Very cool.
Any questions from them?
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Where'd I go?
I know Mark put one out there. He was asking.
Oh, yeah. Didn't know about the Duo button within Allo.
Oh, where's that?
Yeah. And then Bill says Karen agrees with me. I like Karen. That's why we're here. Andrew says, assistant may take too much information to a whole new level. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Chris, since Duo is one-on-one phone calls, it's not multi-people, because we have a group chat, Duo will not be there. It has to be an individual. It has to be an individual. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. So if I I think I already have one with just Jim. Yeah. And
yeah, there. Now you see the Duo.
Got it.
Because it's a competition with FaceTime is my guess.
Right. Perfect.
Okay.
Now I understand. So now I could. Oh, I still have to have Duo though. I still have to have the separate app.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
The only way to make a Duo call is to have the app. But yes, that is true.
Pa-ching, pa-ching, pa-ching.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark asks, if I send someone an Allo message and they do not have the app downloaded, will they receive it as an SMS?
And yes, we found that out. That's what Chris helped me out with. Yep, that's what Chris helped me out. And we did it both with iPhone and Android, if I'm not mistaken, 2 different numbers, and it worked perfectly.
They do get an SMS.
Right.
Yep, they get an SMS, and you can carry on an SMS conversation. So you can use it as your SMS messaging, in my thoughts, until they won't be able to get all the fun stuff and fancy stuff.
Right.
But they will be able to use it as you can use it as your SMS. So you're getting Allo and SMS messages right in the same spot. So if you want to just use one app, you can.
Well, I don't think you'll receive there's no way to tell it to receive SMS.
Well, if they reply back,
they're replying to a phone number.
Right,
so
right. But they can't okay.
If they reply back, it's coming back to my Allo. I'm getting it as a message in Allo. So
right. But if tomorrow they text to me,
who knows what it's going to come in.
Really, these days, the simplest thing that people wanted smartphones for, I think, is for text messaging. And text messaging is the most complicated area now because there are so many choices.
I totally agree with that. I couldn't agree with you more.
Weird.
I mean, because Hangouts, I'm a Hangouts top contributor as well. And we used it forever for everything. So I don't know. I agree with you. There's a lot out there.
All right. Debbie says, Andrew Hatchett, I'm playing around with Google Assistant. This could be very dangerous. And Mark says, thanks.
Now, one thing I use Assistant for, just plain Assistant, is to remember things. I can tell it, remember that my mailman's name is Elliot. And then next week, I can ask Assistant, what's my mailman's name?
Yes.
And it knows, so it gets to learn.
This is great for passwords and passcodes, too. It's awesome. I love it
Oh, how
because
about the
like if we have a
cluster?
passcode to get into a gate or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I wonder if you could pull up the app because I want to see this real quick, if you don't mind, on the Apple on the iPhone, because I want to see if you have the same functionality. If you can go back to our message, do you mind? I mean, do we have time? I don't know if we have
Sure.
time, but okay.
It's our show. We can do whatever
No,
we
yeah, the
want.
network's going to cut us off at.
Okay, so if you go back up to the message where I said I don't like this place because I posted it, I want to see if you can see if you have the ability to.
Where'd it go?
I think it's down.
It's right after Las Olas.
Okay, I don't like this place.
Yeah. Okay. See if you can long press it and hold it down. I want to see what comes up. Okay, so now I can delete it.
Something that you said?
Yes.
From the conversation.
Yep. There it is. It just left.
But I think it's still on mine, and that's what we were talking about, how long it takes for it to go away.
Yes. Yeah. Or if it does, maybe it's something that I would think. But I think if I did something that I wrote, I think if I did, no, you're right. I mean, that's what we were having trouble. That's what we were trying to figure out. See,
right,
now
it's still on mine.
Right, exactly. What happens on mine when I do it on an Android device? What happens up when I long press on something? I can immediately, I can translate it. I can copy that text. I can forward that text to another message. See, so you have forward, you have copy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can like it, but you don't have the
forwarding
ability.
just that, right? Not the whole.
Correct.
Chat.
That's just collecting whatever you long press. That's correct. I also have the ability to share that. Okay. So I can share that with another app on Android.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can get information on that post as well. Like if I click on there's an information button, a little eye. Mm-hmm. It tells me who it was read by, what time they read it. It tells me it's from me.
Wow. Do you have that?
It has all kinds of stuff.
Okay, well, let me show. Just that's pretty interesting. So here's Jim's phone.
Okay.
And seeing the same conversation.
Yep. If he goes on one of the texts, just take one of the word or text ones.
All right. So he still sees that, even though I deleted it from my string. Now, if he long presses on it.
I just get a heart.
Oh, no, but you get this stuff up.
You got all the stuff at the top. So you have a chance to translate it. That's the first thing is translate. Yep. Or you can share it.
Share.
Forward. Yep. Or you can forward to somebody else, or you can copy it.
Copy.
Or you can send it to the trash can.
Okay. I don't see any I, though. Or is that what this?
Yeah, you
What's
don't
this
have,
button do? No.
I'm not sure. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't have that.
Turn that off.
That's to play. Okay. So that's how it looks on an Android.
Yep.
Cool.
So what was interesting, you didn't get that I though. And you know what? I don't have it on. It's only on certain ones. So it's on ones that you send. Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So if it's one that he sent or he messaged, I don't know if he has one on there. Did he reply to us at all?
He did something up
early, yeah.
Here, that one's him.
If you hold down long, there you go. There's the I. And what it does, it says, okay, Chris got it. It was read by Chris. I did not read it. I would show up. Remember, he did that one before I got in there.
Before you were in, right?
Yep, exactly. But the double check shows that it was read by Chris.
Cool. Touch and hold to record a message. Oh, that's what that. I didn't mean that. Okay.
I just wanted to show that.
Great. Learned several new things there.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to prolong it, but I just wanted to make sure that we go over that one because.
Okay. Wow, Google Assistant to help me remember something. That's a great tip, Chris. Michael, early in the show, I sent you an Allo message and then deleted it. I followed that with 2 more messages. We can check to see if the first of the 3 is visible at your end. So that's something that Debbie had done for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now I see it. So, okay.
All right. Well, takes us to some links to connect with Michael. You can subscribe to Michael's YouTube channel. Just follow that link.
Or you can just go to YouTube and search for Michael Daniels. You will find him.
You will. He's very active up there. And join Michael's H&M. So that's with Heather and Mike's Learning Community. Checking it out.
Can I just say that is a paid-for community?
Right. Yeah. That's just like our, that's a membership, right? So
Exactly.
if you want to be a member of Michael's stuff, we'll put the link in the show notes.
There you go.
We get no commission out of this.
I'll give you some. I'll give you some.
We do. That's how it works.
That's right.
Okay, but we do invite you to become a member of Geeks on Tour. Just go to our website, geeksontour.com, and click on the link. Become a member. Also, see our weekly class menu. Scroll down, you can see all the archives of all of those shows. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com and search for Geeks on Tour, and you'll find us there.
And subscribe to Michael's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Michael Daniels. All right.
Like us on Facebook. We are facebook.com Geeks on Tour. Wow. Did you learn something? I know I did. You ready? Okay. The feature that makes Allo stand out from the crowd of messaging apps is the built-in.
And we're going to ask Michael to answer these.
I can answer it. Assistant. Assistant for sure is the most powerful thing that it has going for it.
Google's Assistant, yes.
I'm sorry, Google's Assistant, that's right.
So Allo uses A, your SMS text messaging from your cell provider, or B, your data service from your cell provider. What does it use?
That's a great question. It's your data service from your cell provider is what it's using.
Okay, if you're chatting about dinner plans, which button will summon the assistant to find a restaurant?
Oh, this one's easy. I know this one. It's 5. It's 5.
Number 5.
Get used to those little. That's right. That's right. Get used to those little bubble things because you'll see them all the time.
And how do you change the font of your message? The font size.
Font size.
Yeah, there you go.
Talking about.
Exactly. So that's what we called the whisper and all that kind of stuff. So you want to hold down number 7 in this image up above, and you can drag it up for bigger and down for smaller.
All right. You did good. You passed, Michael.
Thank goodness. All right.
Make you feel better.
I guess I'll get double pay now as a top contributor. What that means is instead of 1 0, there'll just be 2 zeros showing.
And thanks so much for joining us. I know that you're a busy boy, and we love learning from you.
My absolute pleasure.
Folks there. From the comments, I can tell. So, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our weekly shows?
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is Weekly Class. You'll find all 130 episodes listed there.
And the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters.
Geeksontour.com, the menu item is Blogs and News. Our newsletters are under there.
And the benefits you get by joining Geeks on Tour.
The complete learning library of prepared tutorial videos. You get to ask questions in our members Q&A. You get the show notes, the detailed show notes and links from these weekly shows, and other discounts, and 7 ebooks, including the Google Photos ebook.
This is Geek's Guide to Google Photos. So next time, we're going to try and do a live show next Sunday. We'll have some topic out of these: Facebook basics, photos, maps, blogs.
And if anybody wants to put in chat what they'd like, I mean, seems we haven't done Facebook stuff in a while. I'm kind of thinking of doing some Facebook stuff, but I'm always up for Google Photos, Google Maps, and smartphone basics.
And then watch for the posting and the show notes on Wednesday when Chris puts them up there for you at thebuttonshow.com. And follow up on the Facebook Live. We go live at 5 on Thursday after the show is posted on Wednesday. And if you have an idea of a topic, just go ahead and put those in the suggestion box at thebuttonshow.com. And All right, that's it for this week. What does this button do?
Keep pressing those buttons.
We'll see you next time. Thanks again, Michael, for joining us, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye-bye, folks.
Bye-bye.